What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here. Today we're playing some Watcher of Realms. Guys, we just got this weekend's events happening. They've been posted to the event channel in the game, and there's an interesting thing in there that if you've played the game since the game came around, you are familiar with. But if you just started playing more recently in the last month or so, you've probably never seen this banner before. Let's see what exactly you should be preparing for this weekend's summoning events. Let's dive right in. And welcome back to the channel, guys. Like I said, we have this weekend's summoning events in the game. We have a couple different things. I've already made a video talking about the Demonic Crusade, as well as all the other things in the update. And there will also be a video coming out, if it hasn't already come out, in regards to the new shard summoning for the brand new Northerner Lord Rourke. So definitely go check those out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can see when they go live if they aren't already live. Always helps, makes the channel go wider. But the bigger things are the actual events for summoning with your shards. So first things first, we have the typical 2Xs on both Invocations and Divine Summons. This is nothing new. Like, we talk about this in every summoning event video. They're here basically every weekend. We do also then have the Ancient Summoning banner coming out on the 25th, which realistically, you probably don't have any Ancient Summons around. And if you do, you don't have enough to really warrant pulling because of the fact that we just had the Eovar and Carnelian banner, and literally today, like just a few hours ago, it ended with the start of the new day on the 21st here. And so odds are you probably don't have many Ancient Summons, so that's kind of a non-point. However, we have this, it's not new. This is an old banner, a type of banner that was in the game prior, called the Nascent Summoning. And this happens on the 25th through the 26th, so it's only active for a single day. And it's important to know how this works. The Nascent Summoning is a guaranteed, unowned champion on the first legendary hero that you summon. This is really, really, really important to keep in mind how this works. Reason being is because this works for every single basic champion in the game. There's the gallery. Every basic champion in the game that's not an Ancient exclusive champion. That includes lords. So if we go, for example, and we look, you'll see that in terms of watch guards, I'm missing 3 champions: Edith, Cratch, and Leia. In terms of the North Throne, I am missing simply Hars because Ardea and Elder are Ancient exclusive. For the Nightmare Council, I'm missing Salazar. Is Magnus out? I actually don't remember if Magnus is out. He is live, right? I think he's live. But we're missing Salazar and Magnus because the other two of Giselle and Lugaru are both Ancient exclusive. For the Cursed Cult, I am missing Artemis, and that's it because the other other 4 are Ancient exclusive. For Infernal Blast, I am missing Aelin, Ezrin, Pharisee, not Ezrin, and Torador, because the Solkadens is Ancient exclusive. For the Star Piercers, literally every one I have is Ancient exclusive. Esoteric Order, this is where we're missing the most amount, actually, which is going to be Venoma, Trusk, Comet, Ezrin, and Seraphina. And then we come down to Chaos Dominion, and most of these are all from the specific Ancient banners. Same thing with the Supreme Arbiters. So what does this mean for an account like mine? Well, let's go through and count exactly how many legendaries I have that I'm missing that could potentially be on this banner. So we've got 1 here, 2, let's see, let's go down. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got 15 champions that I am missing. And in terms of lords, 2 of those champions are lords, 3 of those champions rather, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, 3 of those champions are lords, with Venoma, Leia, wherever she is, and Hars being those 3 champions, which means that I have a 1/5 chance of, if this guaranteed summon coming through, to be a Lord. But not only that, there's actually a very different way that I think people should look into it when it comes to this account, or when it comes to this summoning event, right? Sorry about that. If you are brand new to the game, I don't really think this banner is worth it for you. And the reason I say that is because you have a lot of champions that aren't currently unlocked, and so it's basically just pulling for a regular legendary. But if you're in the case where you are a little further into the game, or you're a spender and you have a ton of legendaries, but you're missing a few specific legendaries that could do wonders for your account, I think that's something to keep in mind. For example, if we talk specifically about my account, when it comes to the Watchguard faction, Leia would be phenomenal. I don't think she's amazing, and I don't think I'm going to use her very regularly, if I'm being completely honest, but she does have a lot of viability in the game, and I think she has some potential to be very beneficial in certain locations. However, Edith and Crash are not the greatest, so that puts me at a 1 to 2 when it comes to, is this banner worth it for me? Then for the North Throne, Hars would be phenomenal, right? Hars is going to be amazing, specifically for GVG, but in other game modes as well, including, for example, the Immortal Codex Hellfire Emperor. So that gives me one more on the positive side, and Ardea is not an option, so we're looking at a 2 to 2. For the Nightmare Council, this guy right here, Salazar, would be great for my account. I don't have one available at the moment. I also have his exclusive artifact, and there's a lot of game modes where Salazar is actually very beneficial. Magnus, on the other hand, is okay. I wouldn't be mad about pulling him, but he's not game-changing for me personally. So that puts us at a 3 to 3. Then we go to the Cursed Cult, and Artemis is the only champion here that I could pick up, as all the others are Ancient exclusive, and I would absolutely love to get an Artemis. He is a fantastic healer, fantastic DPS even, in several different game modes. So that puts us at a 4 to 3 ratio. Then we go down to the Infernal Blast, and I would literally love all 3 of these champions. Twin Fiend would be amazing. Aelin and Pharisee here would be fantastic for the Wasteland Titan Immortal Codex boss for me. I would not be mad if I pulled any of these champions. That puts me to a 7 to 3 ratio. Then we go to the Star Piercers, and we are missing no one from here that we can pull. Down to the Esoteric Order, and we have another set of really great champions that I'd love to get my hands on. Venoma is a legendary lord for this faction. That is never a bad thing to have. That puts us to, what did I say, 8 out of 3, right? I think that's right. Then we have Trusk. Trusk is a phenomenal tank. He wouldn't be game-breaking for me, but I do think he has a lot of potential. So I would say that this is going to go on the positive side, putting me at a 9 to 3. And then we have Dasomi, who is only from Ancients, if I remember correctly. Our last 3 here that we have are Comet, Ezrin, and Seraphina. Comet is one of the best mages in the game, and I do have access to his exclusive artifact. Same thing with Ezrin, another great healer who I also have his exclusive artifact for. And then Seraphina is brand new to the game, and although I don't think she's the greatest mage in the game when it comes to damage dealing, she is a viable option in several different game modes. So what does this mean? Well, when it comes down to it, there's only 3 or 4 champions of the 15 that I am missing that would be really good, beneficial champions for me to pull on my account. So what does that mean for me personally? Well, that means that this banner is a very good banner for me to go in on because of the fact that I am just fresh on Pity, which is a big downside. But the big positive here is the fact that if I pull a legendary, I'm guaranteed to get a legendary that I don't own. And there's a good chance that one of those legendaries is going to be a champion that I could really benefit from pulling, including the possibility of getting one of the 3 regular lords that I am still currently missing. Now, when you are evaluating on your own account, if this is something that you should be doing, do it how I did it. Look and see how many champions you're missing and weigh the good champions that you would be okay with pulling versus the bad champions that you would be very disappointed in pulling. For example, if you have every champion in the game except Cratch, don't pull on this banner because you're guaranteed to get Cratch, who realistically is not the greatest champion in the game. However, if you have every champion in the game except, for example, King Hars or Venoma or one of the other regular lords, this is a great banner for you to pull on because you're guaranteed to get a legendary lord from your legendary pull, which is a very small percentage chance of happening. So this is one of the best, banners that is in the game when it comes to the mid to late game and even end game accounts, because of the fact that odds are you're only missing 1, 2, 3, 4 champions, and you're guaranteed to pull one of those champions when you pull on this banner. So guys, this is the second time we've seen this banner, at least that I can remember, and I do think that is a good banner for a lot of people to pull on. But there is one last thing I want to leave with you, and that is the same thing I left you with the last banner of Setram and Seraphina, and that is that we are going to be getting Dahlia coming to the game at any given moment. She literally could be here next week. We don't actually know, but we do know that she is coming to the game very shortly. And I think that's something that you should be keeping in the back of your mind. Do you have enough summons or enough generation of summons in order to pull on this weekend's banner and still leave yourself with a good window to hit the 250 required for Dahlia? Don't think that you can guarantee yourself 1 in 100 because you're 100 away from pity, because you may not hit the Dahlia on the 100 pulls. You may need to go all the way to 250. Plus, of course, there's also the sort of metagaming option of manipulating your pities by pulling 100 on the one banner, going and getting your legendary off of the other banner that's happening at that moment, and then coming back to get that guaranteed legendary later on. Definitely something you should be keeping in mind if you are, really trying to make the most of your summons. But either way, if you liked this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button because it really does help. And like I said at the start of the video, don't forget to subscribe because we have a ton of really awesome content coming to the YouTube channel here very soon. And I'd really like it if you could check those out. Plus, I think they'll be beneficial for your account as well. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.